Hello and welcome back, guys. Hope you have enjoyed the marathon so far. I have a great race lined up for you. The old school Resident Evil 2, and I have thatonevenusaur and sawnek, so take it away, guys.
What's up, everyone? How's it going? The the runs so far have been amazing. Been lurking, been watching. We're like getting close to halfway and reaching our fundraising goal. So, looking forward to this. Oh, look at this. We got Gal, we got B-Mel, we got all the legends.
Get a
This
party
is
in here.
awesome. Boggy, let's go. All right. Guys, we've got a great race planned for you guys. We're racing Claire A. Um, yeah, can we get some blessed RNG in the chat? Because Sherry's lurking. She's lurking in the shadows right now.
Waiting to
Waiting.
strike.
Right, waiting to ruin it for us.
Waiting to leg drop.
Yeah, guys. So there is a slight audio thing that we're working on right now. But as we wait, I'll tell you guys a little bit about my practice from last night. I did 3 full runs without resetting. For those of you that know me, know not resetting was one of the toughest things I had to do in my entire life because it's like my finger is a magnet for the F9 button, and so I was in pain. But last run looked pretty good, and I did die though on final Birkin, so anything can happen in these runs, in these races during a marathon, because there are no resets. So
Anything can and will happen.
that's right.
So get ready for it.
It says my mic's picking
We've
it
also
up.
got some surprises
Just
for
turned
you.
up channel one. Sorry, I've
We
turned
may
on
or may
channel
not
one.
go for some YOLO strats. Those of you that know
perfect.
this run
All
know
right,
that
there
there
we
are a
go.
few points in the game in which you can do some YOLOs.
How are we doing? Sorry about that. I think we're all ready. I brought my tech memes orange.
Can everyone give a thumbs up? Yeah, there we go. Thank you, Gal.
So yeah, just for you guys, cheeky bit of
Perfect.
30%. Let's go. Let's do it.
You're both ready, and you're both in the proper screen,
all
I'll
good
see.
already.
And yep, I'm ready.
Then I will count you down from 3, 2, 1, and
Best of luck,
go!
Venusaur. May
Good luck to
may
you
the
too, buddy.
Sherry RNG treat you well, man.
I started on 1 second at the beginning. Well, that's it. Race over,
I think
guys.
mine did it. So
That's it. Oh, so we're even? Okay. For those
The
of you that
memes
don't
have
know,
already begun.
yeah, there's a weird thing that happens at the beginning of the game with the auto splits where, depending on when you skip the cutscene at the beginning, your auto splits could start on 1 second instead of 0 seconds, and so that kind of
it's one of
ruins
those-
some runs.
So it's quite interesting if you don't look at it and then, oh, I had a really good line here. It must be.
You'll like randomly get a gold split on there. But here we are with Kendo, everyone's favourite Resident Evil character. Myself and Venusaur very familiar with this lovely man here.
Kendo's beloved. Well, we're very familiar
Exactly.
because we reset all the time.
I like to call him the gatekeeper of the run. You know, always seeing him.
Oh, bad RNG. Bad RNG. Okay. Woohoo! It's a good thing Claire's made of
Got
liquid.
bitten once there.
Yeah.
Not the greatest RNG, but better than the practice runs. Thing with Claire is her hitbox is a lot smaller than Leon's, so you can do a lot of these cool little tricks and dodges that you couldn't otherwise do with Leon. That basketball court being one of them.
In that way, I think Claire's her run, I think, is a little easier.
I definitely think it's easy, but I think it definitely comes with its own challenges as well, I'd say.
So Boggy saying zombie number 34 is their favorite, as you know.
So I played it safe on the bus.
I did not play it safe on the bus. I went for not the most optimal strat where you just don't shoot at all, but I did try to go for a bit of a YOLO there, and I got clipped.
So did you? I think I got bitten on the basketball court. Yeah. How did your basketball court treat you?
I was fine on the basketball court. Here's the weird thing. I don't think I've ever gotten bit by that zombie on the ground in the bus. She only does 7 damage.
Yeah, when you get grabbed by the leg, I don't think it does too much damage. But both made it to the RPD. I've got 157 on my splits.
157 as well on my splits.
So another lovely cutscene here. A lot of cutscenes early on in the run, and then I think with Claire there's probably more cutscenes than there. A lot of exposition dumps.
Well, we can't forget that the true movie star of Resident Evil 2 1998 is Annette Birkin. The script, for those of you that don't know, the script for this game is only about 10 pages. Annette has about 8.5, maybe 8 3/4
more exposition
of those
than
pages.
Metal Gear Solid cutscene. Especially in Claire's run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
oh no.
Well, hold on. Hold on.
I shouldn't have got him. No.
Hold on. Metal Gear Solid is like 90% subtitles. It's like a silent film, basically. That's what Metal Gear Solid is. Does anyone know if Snake SOCOM is around?
Snake, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get him started on Metal Gear.
That game is
let me finish your sentence.
I only played it on a bet with Snake SOCOM. I had to play it because I lost a bet. And, man, that was a terrible game. No offense to those who like it. I was like, oh, man, this is awful. It's a text scrolling simulator, basically.
I can't say I agree, but certainly a thought to.
Oh, see, Polite is very familiar with Annette and her character. Yeah.
So we.
Oh, wow, Corey. Oh, man. I don't even know if I could say that out loud.
That is true.
It's true. Was said live on stream by someone involved in the game,
with
so it must be true. Yeah.
So that's the first encounter with the liquor there.
Our next encounters won't be so easy.
The statues, that'd be the worst part. But pretty much, Marvin's sent us off with a key card. He's told us to go rescue the other survivors. Spoiler, there aren't any. So it's just up to us to survive at this point.
Did we make it past the 2-week spoiler, window? I don't know.
Just about, I think.
What's interesting is, speaking of Snake, he's going to be racing, or he's going to be running the remake later, so it'll be interesting to see the kind of comparisons between the two.
Can I just say that I got a gold split just now, so this race is basically over.
I'm using like an empty set of splits, so every split is a gold. Every split on these blank set of splits.
I think I still hold the record for gold splits because I set splits with the non-speedrun version, and then I ran it. So I was basically practicing with weights on my wrists by running the non-speedrun version, and then I ran the actual speedrun version, and it was just seriously like gold after gold. But I think it was worth it to practice that way. I felt like such a fool because I was like, my lines feel so good here. Why am I not getting the times that everyone else is getting?
It was during a Player A tournament, wasn't it? And then, that's something I didn't like. I knew that so to those who don't know, there are two versions of the game, and the one that the speedrunners use is the speedrun version, which basically matches the original Source Next PC release in terms of like its frame rate and stuff, as opposed to like the fan patch the classic Rebirth patch, which has made all of this possible. And it seems to have changed a lot of things like the frame rate and like Venusaur said, the movement.
Zoomer bank or
that's a good
boomer
question.
bank?
Which one are you going for? I did boomer bank.
I did.
I was practicing earlier. I did zoomer bank.
I did the
but
boomer bank too.
As I'm running up to it, I was like, yeah, I know I'm gonna mess this up. So a big thing with this game, you know, item conservation, menuing, which this game has a lovely little exclusive feature. I don't think it's an intentional feature, known as quick menuing, which allows you to.
Oh, I just got licked.
Ooh, I almost got licked.
Also, the bank they are referring to, there are two ways to do the menu in the item box. You can either just use your up and down buttons, which is a bit slower, or you can use your aim button to just switch the few rows in one
theory,
one click.
The zoom bank
goes
is faster,
but
a lot more open to mistakes.
if you
Exactly,
if you
as long
do
as
it
you
right.
do the right buttons, and most of the time, don't do what I do, which is you bank everything but the two items.
So the slow bank is obviously a lot safer to do, but you save a little bit of time if you do the fast one properly.
Capcom made this game for
I mean, that's what I've
speedrunners.
always loved about the.
Oh, here's everyone's
about the
favorite
Resident
person.
Evil series. It's like it has speedrunning built into it.
Sawnek is on keyboard and Venusaur is on controller. Yeah.
Yeah, in case you might hear the.
I think
I apologise.
There's really only one way to run this game, and that's the way the gaming gods intended, and that's with a controller.
I don't know, man. I think that for me personally, tank controls translate really well to keyboard. I'd say you wouldn't think like old games such as this would work well on it, you know. But
How can you see something so controversial yet so brave?
the way the
Venusaur?
gaming god, the way Capcom intended.
There are only a few of us who have the will to say such things, you know. What is it that Thanos said? Right? It takes the strongest wills to make these types of decisions.
So we're just going to meet Leon here. Thing that's exclusive to this game is the zapping system. We're playing the A scenario, so Leon's currently going through the B scenario. So he's got his own set of events to go through, and if you play through Leon A, it's the same thing with Claire B. The events play out slightly different.
That's one of the amazing things about this game. They had the foresight to put together scenarios of the other character and what they're doing at the same time.
Exactly.
And that makes
Essentially
it so great.
got like 4 different games.
Like, that
to
was
deal with,
awesome.
compared to the originals, just 2.
Some of the scenarios are quite similar, but there are always something changing in them, so there are different.
Yeah, they've all got their
in
own
that-
little like
in that
quirks.
way. So you have the 4 scenarios, A, B for both, and then you have the 4 survivor, stuff like that.
Oh, yeah,
unlockable.
tofu.
You have a lot of content for whatever this cost when it came out.
And us speedrunners like to run all of them. Especially Leon B.
Leon B.
That's our favorite.
Everyone's favorite.
I had the pleasure to play Leon B and FTLG last year, like a madman, and yeah, spicy scenario, very spicy. I'd say like
My Valve menu was absolute garbage, so
you're going to see the quick menu in like through pressing a combination of different buttons. You can go to different slots. It's very consistent. No other OG game seems to have it. I wish they did. I think again, not an intentional feature from Capcom, but I love it honestly.
there's RE1 has like some of the slowest menuing. It feels slow as you speed run.
The only It's weird how
Very,
like
very clunky.
each entry in the trilogy kind of has its own. Like for example, Resi 1 has the best door skip. It's instant. Or you can even watch it all the way through, but the in-game timer will pause.
Yeah, it doesn't cost
So
you
whether
anything.
you choose to watch those classic transitions or not, it's up to you. In this game, it's a little bit awkward. You need to skip. You'll notice that myself and Venusaur are both skipping doors like a second in. You need to skip it about, what is it, 1.2 to 1.4 seconds?
1.4, something like that.
1.4. I think you could get away with the 1.3, but yeah, it's a little over a second.
If you do it just a little bit too late, the room will actually, like, if you skip it straight away, it will just take an extra second to load. And then,
Well, we'll see most speedrunner of this will have a detailed timer where it times every room. So you see the timer hits 1.4, then they will activate the door skip.
there's always a little, like, a kind of visual cue. Like, for a lot of the doors, when the handle just starts to turn, you can do it, but...
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, 145 save, 135 for optimal.
So my health is in bad shape because I just got swiped again. I'm at 134 health. This is terrible.
So the way HP works in the game, you have 200. When you lose 100, when you go down to 100. Sorry, you go into caution status, which means you move a little slower. Claire will have her hand on her side. Obviously not too optimal. It does slow down the movement a little bit. And then there's danger, which is even worse.
Especially for
especially
turning.
for like turning and movement, and it can mess up a lot of these kind of dodges that you may have down. What's interesting is the remake is the opposite. The remake, Claire moves faster in caution, as you guys will see later on tonight.
Crazy Yaz is wondering about danger percent when.
You may see it in this run, actually. The way I'm headed. Well, the thing is, so for optimal runs in this one, unlike Leon... Oh, that's bad. Unlike Leon, who gets a free heal from Ada later in the game, Claire doesn't get that free heal. So, if you drop to 130 health or less, then the run is over. Because you have to, again, for the optimal run, you have to take an intentional bite later on in the sewers. And so that that's an automatic 30 health gone, and that would drop you into caution.
And like you said, like Leon gets more heals, he gets the free heal. And then I think that there is a first aid spray coming up here with Sherry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with Leon he has to in the evidence room, which is easier pickup for him. It's a little bit slower with Claire, but...
Yeah, because Claire's got to pick up the...
go through the opening box animation.
Picking up the C4, and yeah, in terms of the story, as you guys just saw, Marvin has unfortunately become a zombie. So we've taken and built a bomb. We're going to blow up this door here and see what's happening here.
Well, Light have already predicted dual danger finish for both, so you have that to look forward to.
Your menus, Sawnek, I'm watching. It's amazing. What's your time at Chief Irons right now?
14:07 is the current time. What do you want at Mr. Irons? It seems like we're...
14:03. I thought I was very behind.
Not too bad.
Yeah, it's very close. It's very close.
But you know what? I'm gonna go in caution, or I'm gonna lose a lot of time by taking this fast. I gotta get the fast from this Sherry segment.
I mean, that's just the fun of the game, right? There's so many different things you can do, and I mean, even though these games are survival horror, I think they are equally as much strategy. There's even when you're playing casually, you've always got to think, okay, have I got enough space? Have I got enough heals? Have I got enough ammo for this next section?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the same here. I'm in low health. Do I lose the time and pick this up? But if I don't pick it up, I might kill my own.
It's all about making those early decisions.
I'm thinking of actually taking the herb in the yellow hall. I think that would be less time than... It's less health, but I can manage, I think, with 184 health. So again, lots of decisions to be made in terms of finishing this run.
Yeah, a lot of thoughts go in your head through the run that's just tied to your current state, not just the run
So we
in
just
general.
met the Chief of Police, Ryan Irons, Chief Irons. Lovely guy, not
lovely man.
suspicious at all. Like, never done a bad thing in his life.
Nah.
Ignoring the body of the mayor's daughter on his desk, of course. But, but here we go. We meet, well, Sherry Birkin, everyone's favourite side character.
I always say there's a fireplace right there. Claire has a lighter. You do the math.
Toss the rig into the
Don't say any more
fire.
than that, really.
Right, just yeet. Right
Sherry's
into the fireplace.
And both got through the boss in this room, which is the lamp switch.
The lamp switch always.
I think we both had a smooth one though.
There's
Yeah,
like
pretty
it can be a
smooth to
bit
me.
awkward because you swing around this corner, but I like to use that little blue doormat that you can kind of see as it's like a stop there and turn and grab it there, like the door switch.
Yeah, it's a lovely thing about OGRE games. Some triggers are very generous, some are not.
Like, a bit
at
like what
all
we were saying
generous.
earlier during your remake run. It just
Yeah.
varies. Like Resi 1, you can pick up a green herb and be on the other side of the room, and it will allow it.
And
I like
Sawnek, you kind of alluded to the sort of some of the nuances of speedrunning, like looking at visual cues, audio cues. There are lots of things that we use to know when to trigger something, when to activate something, whatever that might be.
And sometimes we might not even know ourselves that we are using it.
Right.
But we are.
So we come back here.
If you played it so much, you don't think about it
I like to think
anymore.
the Chief kind of threw the mayor's daughter's body over his shoulder and just sprinted out the door when Claire left. Just, but he's left us securely.
Well, let's be fair to Chief Irons. He probably did a power walk. I don't think he can
Just
sprint.
a slight power walk. So we're pretty much both finished here at RPD1, moving into the basement section of the game, which plays as a little transition between RPD1 and 2.
Okay, I'm picking up the herb downstairs just to get back on track. Are you still
170. I took a
damageless?
bite at the basketball court, which I knew was going to happen.
Ah, okay.
Thankfully, though, because I was practicing earlier and I got chained between two zombies, which is never fun. Thankfully, that didn't happen here, though. Even during practice the other day, it was a bit.
All right, guys, this
with
is.
with the basketball court. But sorry, what was you saying?
Well, I wanted chat to predict how many
That's
leg
true.
drops we're gonna get. This is where it happens. For those of you that don't know, in this segment we take control of Sherry, and she has to climb several things, boxes, ledges, whatever. And as she climbs, she can either climb in one semi-swift motion, or she will do this thing where her leg kind of drops down as she struggles to climb. If she drops a leg, that's like what, like a second of
half
time
a
loss,
second
or
so.
close to
Yeah,
a
I'd say
second
probably
each.
A second, definitely.
Apparently,
And-
Gal wants Vinu to suffer with 3 and 1 for
The thing
Sonic.
is, it's RNG, but it's not completely random. There's a set amount of patterns that can happen. That can happen. You're going to see in a minute. There's 3 ledges she climbs up. There's a chance that you can get 0, you can get 1 in the middle, or all 3. So let's see how it's going to go there.
Well, there's 4
Yeah,
though,
I think
isn't there?
I was talking to Deep Stack Dave the other day, and I think he said there's 6 different combinations as to what can happen on these ledges.
Ah, okay. So again, speedrunners, we do this kind of the most optimal way possible. Fewest amount of pushes necessary on these
That's very
boxes
true.
to line them up just right for the puzzle. Well, I already got 1 leg drop, so yay.
I'm not saying anything until I climb up.
First instance.
You never know when Sherry's listening.
That's right.
Ooh,
she's,
it's looking like it's
she's
going to be 2 drops. She
quite
dropped on the
intelligent.
first ledge. Ooh, dropped on the second ledge. It's going to be 3 for me. 3 different
Oh man, I got
drops.
1.
He's-
See, Gal, you jinxed it. You had it the other way around. That's your fault. Sawnek, you can blame
Blame
Gal.
hashtag blame Gal.
It's totally his fault.
But there you go. You don't have to, like Venusaur said, you know, optimally, you're going to, usually if you're playing it casually, you'll push it all the way to the wall. You won't be worried about time, but you can kind of push it in a certain way to where the game will almost like kind of pull the boxes in, which can be a little bit risky if you don't, you're not paying attention, like I've done several times. But that seems to conclude Sherry's section here.
She'll be back though. We don't. Yeah, we don't see her for a little while, but her opportunities to ruin this run are just getting started.
I don't know, Boggy. I think Sherry gets the appropriate amount of hate.
Not enough, some would argue. Not me, but there is certainly a case to be made.
But some, yeah.
You may see.
I saw I don't know, like an artist rendition that says F Sherry, and I want that printed on a shirt so badly.
I think Nox may have done a couple of shirts. I don't know if they're still available with the F Sherry.
So we're both headed up to Red Hallway. Tom, this is where you're going to do most of the talking. Oh, God.
Ooh, those dogs playing. I'm not going to say anything, but
I almost got bit by dogs as well. Don't be crude.
It's a bit of a kind of a running joke amongst the Resi 2 runners that, you know, just to kind of just meme on Sherry a little bit. No YOLO.
No
horde?
YOLO horde today. No, I'm already at plus 17 on my splits. So.
Did you YOLO horde on your PB? But to those
No.
who aren't aware, the YOLO horde is a. Oh, actually, you know what? Bear with me. Let's just do this red hallway first.
He's like, let me give you a lengthy explanation of some complex strats as I actually
this is
engage
red
with
hallway.
them.
Probably another reset heavy point for a lot of players. Like I said, not much room for error, but we're just going through and kind of cleaning up these last few rooms. We're going into the cog room, where we'll see a liquor. The only scenario in the game that has a liquor in here. Every other scenario has nothing here.
Yes! Oh my god, all my practice runs, I got clipped by the liquor in the cog room, and I finally got around him.
GG's, dude.
Very clean, very clean.
That cog in particular, that can be a very awkward item trigger to pick up.
Yeah. Because if you're not in the proper spot, you will examine the.
You almost have to come out
at
at a very kind of sideways angle. It's a little bit awkward.
Yeah.
But definitely one of the big highlights to RPD2, I'd say. Probably one of the biggest, like I said, the biggest reset points for sure.
So how did
did
your
alright.
red hallway go?
Got through damageless. Little bit.
Yes, let's go.
A little bit of a clench, but doesn't help that I was about to go on a whole in-depth explanation. I was like, oh no, I'm going to stop that.
Oh,
and
man.
also, if you take it into the racing perspective, it's also a place where
That's very
rounds
true.
can change.
RPD2, massive game changer for races, especially with kind of how the RPD has changed. And that's another thing I really like about this game. You know, as you're kind of playing the game, it's like the environment is changing around you. You know, these zombies have just broken into these areas. And it really helps, like, really flesh out the police station, you know, make it feel more alive.
Alrighty, not bad. The liquors, again, Claire is made of water, so
Yes.
dodging them is totally possible, but doing so is still very,
so the
very
lickers can't
nerve-wracking.
actually see, so it comes down to sound, and a lot of the things you're going to see, you know, you can see some strange movement from us. We'll be trying to manipulate, you know, a bit like what Venusaur was saying earlier about, you know, audio cues and stuff. That's definitely a big part for the lickers and dodging them. They can be brutal.
Yeah, when you hear them scream, that means you know they're about to lunge. And that attack is actually much easier to dodge than just their regular swipe or lick.
I'm going to pretend that just didn't happen. I used the cogwheel when I went back because I thought I forgot to pick up the thing. So let's just pretend that didn't happen. That's definitely just wasted a bit of time.
Nothing to see here. Blair Water and Leon Chungus, that's about right, guys.
So I might have forgotten the plate there because I just kind of wasn't paying attention.
It's Leon's shoulders, really. He's got those
shoulder
meaty man shoulders. So you guys saw I did a little zigzag there around the liquor on the balcony. Oh boy, look who's in chat. Oh boy.
He hasn't changed his name yet.
Yeah, Snake, why is the spelling of your name so wrong?
Right.
Corey, I don't know if you're still around, but maybe you ought to correct Snake on the spelling of his name.
I'm pretty sure earlier it had they changed the name on the like just under on the actual Discord.
Yeah, and on the screen.
So that's going to bring an end to RBD2 pretty much.
I'm very curious to see your menus on this because mine are terrible like 99% of the time. But your menuing is like one of your absolute strengths in this game.
I'm joking. I still can't believe I did that at the clock tower. I went back and yeah, let's say about.
Snake was just timed out for that reason.
Oh man. Well, to be fair, he should have been timed out just for being a fan of MGS. We all know the best stealth spy game out there is Splinter Cell, and Siphon Filter's a close second. I'd even throw Hitman on that list, and then MGS. MGS is not even a video game. It's more of an interactive experience where an interactive reading experience. There you go. That's the explanation.
I think this is a good time to talk a little bit about the charity. So
yeah.
So Venusaur doesn't say anything he will regret. To Write Love on Her Arms is a non-profit moment dedicated to presenting hope and finding help for people struggling with depression, addiction, self-injury and suicide. It exists to encourage, inform, inspire and invest directly into treatment and recovery. So if you want to be part of that, just donate in chat. You're right now sitting on $1,100 for the event.
Yeah, absolutely killing it so far, guys. Again, it's for an amazing cause, so if you can, get those donated.
Can we get possibly like a $5 train going right now? I think we should hop on that train.
Zombies Ate My Neighbors is a great game, though, gal.
So, what was your time going into this room?
Into this room, the 108 room, 2711.
2724.
What are you at?
I've got quite a lead ahead of me, which I think me messing up the clock tower might have something to do with that in a couple of seconds here. But it could be anyone's game. You know, we've still got Sherry's memes, we've still got the sewers.
Right.
I mean, that's what it will come down to, honestly. Absolutely.
Anything can happen. Anything can happen. We're just past the halfway point of this run. So much can happen.
Aaron dies quite gruesomely, but there is nothing to Claire B scenario. That's the best
dies
one.
Gruesomely. I think all he needs is some like a small band-aid and
yeah, he'll be all right.
And a pat on the back. Rub some dirt on it. Walk it off. That's what I say.
Pretty funny as well. You can look at him before that happens, and you can see the line where that goes after on his shirt, where he splits open.
It's quite cool because on this version, you know, everything looking so clear, you can see a lot of these little tricks that they have.
So it probably happened to him before. He just tried to sew him back together, and it didn't really work.
So that G mutant fight right there, the key there is to just do 5 quick shots. Again, for those that don't know, quick shooting is this sort of, I guess, manipulation where when you shoot and there's a recoil, if you, I guess, mash the aim button just as the recoil is taking place on your weapon, it'll shoot again. This way you don't have to wait for the animation of the recoil to finish. It does save time over the course of a run if you get all your quick shots. I would say if you miss like one quick shot, it's not going to make a huge difference in your run. But getting them all in the most optimal way possible, it really helps. I think there.
Towards like the end of the game, like G4 final boss, like there are points where dropping quick shots can be kind of crucial. I'd say a lot of those timing-based strategies, but like you said, not a lot of room for error. It's just a matter of like kind of mashing the aim button at the perfect time and just like Snake said, just skipping. Sorry, Venusaur said. Skipping the
polite. How dare you? Well, guys, now we got to run around with Sherry, which is where the run can really go straight into the toilet. Because Sherry does this lovely thing where if you run too far away from her, she will kneel down and cower in fear until you return to her vicinity.
Yeah, Capcom and their AI for characters, not the greatest. I've been playing a lot of Dead Rising lately, and it's the exact same. The AI are very interesting, shall we say.
I'll say that Capcom did design these games for speedrunners. I think not only are there incentives tied to completing the game in certain times, but it's like they built these manipulations in so that you could find faster ways to complete the game.
Exactly like you said. Like it's always, I say speedrunning's always been built into kind of the core Resident Evil. Like it's always had a status screen at the end that tells you your time. Like you said, it's tied to unlocks. You know, you can unlock the rocket launcher, you can unlock the submachine gun in this game, and there's a whole ranking system, which is completely just based on your performance and your time and etc.
Claire, I'm over
so
here.
We're here at Sherry 2.
It's more like Sherry 1000, what it feels like.
Well, you can also get a little
that's
here
true.
if you're unlucky. So.
Let's see if we can get the cheeky leg drop, shall we?
No bugs, no bugs, no bugs. No bugs, no. Oh, no. Oh, okay, I got bit twice.
Let's see how this treats me here. A bit of a short section, but, you know, still critical. I think the bugs, if you get like 10 of them on you, you die.
Yeah, they can kill you.
I remember the first time that happened. I forgot who it was that it happened to. That they were like, "I never knew that could happen. What the hell?" Like, there's no way to manipulate your line in that hallway to avoid them.
Yeah, like you can certainly,
right?
like, I'd say, I wouldn't say it's random, but sometimes it does feel like more bugs run at you than say like what happened to me. I just had one bug chasing me. Thankfully, no bites, but.
Gal, I'm sorry I can't reach perfection for you, but
gonna have to reset until we get the.
I'm doing my best, buddy.
But now we get back as Claire. No more Sherry sections, thankfully.
Gal is one of my mods, and he's very demanding. He expects perfection from me. There's a lot of pressure.
A lot of pressure.
That builds up. So now we're getting to
the star of the game.
Right, everyone's favorite character, Miss Annette Birkin, who gives us a good chunk of the script, the entire script right here. I don't know who her agent is, but man,
it's not the script, it's her life story.
That's true. It's just one big excuse for why she's not a good mother to Sherry. That's basically it. But then again, Sherry's an awful kid, so who would want to be her parent?
So,
I mean,
like,
that's
deep in their work for Umbrella, right?
That's true. That's true.
So, what was your time going into room 128 there?
33:49.
So I think I've pulled back a couple of seconds from that Sherry section. But again, it's really going to come down to that later half, I think.
Yeah, it's going to come down to the... I'm trying to think what are some of the big segments. It's going to come down to that little hallway before you get to the cable car, the train.
As well as all of labs, pretty much.
Yeah, those are going to be still anything can happen, guys. Right now I have to take a bite in the next hall, so I'll be at 154 health. That'll be bad. That'll be bad times. But I'm planning to take the fast in the freezer room. That's going to be one sort of safety strat I'm going to use. I'm going to try and go for the MO disc room sort of optimal strat there. If all goes well, I should still have the fast on me going into the MO disc room. That's if everything goes well.
Like, there's so many different... I mean, like, you've got the super lickers in the lab, which are always great. Always fun to put up with.
Are putting the fate in the hands of the marathon gods. That's brave.
Right. So another, nuanced thing about this run is you have to pick up enough flame rounds to get you through the end of the game. There are several locations in which you can pick up flame rounds, one of them being the train. However, runners typically miss that one and pick up this one right here next to the save point, because if you get the one that's on the train, Claire kneels down to pick it up, and the animation of her kneeling down, it takes a little longer. So when you're getting to sort of optimal runs, you're looking for any possible time save, including small details like I'm going to pick up this ammo instead of this one because of a very quick animation for the character kneeling down.
Yeah, it's exactly the same in REHD, so you always want to pick up things that are elevated instead of on the ground, which is slower.
Yeah, it's always interesting to see those, tiny little bits of time save you can be getting, those small little optimizations.
Mm-hmm.
All right, quick procs.
Optimizations, there are some for this one as well. The alligator crocodile.
That was another gold split for me, so I think this is world record pace right now.
And a world record too.
A live world record.
Yeah, and Gal has a good point. Like any little animation, he put it in quotes because for speedrunners, those small things can mean the difference between a really big PB and, a red
especially
split, basically.
Bring that time down to 7.
Oh yes, CVX have the kneel skip, that's right. Forget about that.
What's the kneel skip?
You can skip the animation of sitting down to pick up an item, which is mainly used for that emblem that's in the floor for where Vito Bandersnatches. So you get
Isn't that like a frame perfect trick?
It's not super easy to do, I know that much. I haven't ran that game, but I've seen it.
Chasing you all the way out there. Come on, Sherry, let's not play these games. There you go.
Yeah, she messed me up too. I lost 2 seconds there.
Oh my god, what's she doing? Just kind of running around all over the place. Oh my god.
Oh, Sherry, you little...
That's right,
oh
I messed
my
up something.
god.
I messed up that menu really badly. But that's okay.
God, Sherry is the worst. She is literally the worst character in all of video game history. So this segment where Sherry's running around with you, this is probably the toughest with her. I'd say the second toughest is probably the area we're coming up to pretty soon. But it's so tough because there's a strat where you sort of get her into a spot where she does her little kneel thing, but that's a good thing because you want her to wait there while you go and pick up a key item. And then... Right, and then you come back to pick her up. But she can get sort of caught in a spot that she's kind of like in no man's land, basically, and then you have to wait for her to figure her life out and
Exactly.
then follow you.
It takes some time for her as well.
Okay, there's the intentional bite that we have to take. We're at 154 health. This is getting scary.
Scary.
Alright, that was clean. That's not bad.
See how it treats me now.
You know what? I'm going to take it. I'm going to play it safe here and take that fast.
So I'm actually going to shoot the zombie
Might
there,
as well.
just to save that HP.
I'm saving that ammo for the naked zombies in the lab.
Is it getting scary or sherry? Gallitzer says.
Oh, it's getting sherry for sure.
Well played, Gal. Well played.
This room in particular can be a little bit awkward
Alright, so
with Sherry, but as long as you just get stuck here.
I had to take the fast there and then use it. I just wanted to play it safe. I'm back at 200 health, but we're coming up to Train Birkin. This is one of the boss fights, but it is one of the easiest boss fights. There's a safe strat in which you don't need to do quick shooting. You just run to a certain spot, shoot,
Yeah,
and that's basically it.
Here.
This boss fight is a lot more forgiving than it is with Leon.
Oh, definitely.
Oh my god, with Leon. So everyone says, oh, well, the Magnum's OP, and it's like, well, yeah, but the quick shooting is much more difficult, and it doesn't give that kickback on Birkin the way the grenade launcher does.
Especially with the flame rounds, just knocks him back.
Right.
He can't get anywhere.
With the Magnum, it takes 2 shots to knock him back. That's true, but so Gal said, you know, you're done in half the time if you do the quick shooting with Leon. That's very true. However, quick shooting with that Magnum is so tricky. The timing of it is just very, very tricky. With anything, practice gets you, you know, much better at it, but it's very tough.
Yeah, it can be a faster fight, but it's still a harder
I do
fight,
like that there
in my
are
opinion.
several different strategies that you can do. But finished Train Birkin there at 42.02. How are your splits looking?
41-43. Yeah, so I saw the world record for Leon. The strat on Train Birkin is literally you stand there and shoot
Just
down
pray
at
for
its
the best.
legs.
It's
And I'm
wild,
like,
Just not in a million years.
wow, it's incredible. Like, you don't move, you just point down and shoot at his legs. I was amazed to see that that's even a possibility. But there's a couple of other ways to do it where you run to sort of a similar spot that you do with Claire. You can do 3 shots, then move back, 3 more shots, then move back, then 2 shots. You could do 4 and 4.
And then
Yeah,
2,
you could do 4
and
and
then
4.
another 1 after his little iframes, after his little mutation.
You also get some appreciation for this phone here that's almost as big as Sherry.
But we both made it to labs. Probably the most challenging part of the game. I think a lot of runners will agree. A lot of top strats here, a lot of execution. Got super lickers, got naked zombies, enemies that just do a lot more damage. To really hone in on the fact that we are at the end of the game, essentially.
Yeah, are you picking up the fast in the freezer room?
I suppose you already have the fast, don't you?
We can't mess around. Well, I used the fast that was in the train office, so I'm picking up this fast just for liquors later on. I go overboard with this just a little.
You got to
bit.
play it safe though sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going for like optimal strats, you want to go through this run without getting hit, basically, without having to use any
famous
health.
saying, just don't get bitten. I suppose, like, if anything, this fast in here is probably the one that most runners are going to take. Because, as we said earlier, you know, Leon gets that free heal. Claire does not.
And it's basically right in the pathway of picking up the key item that you need, so it doesn't take up too much time. It ends up being one swift motion.
Yeah, because Claire has another key item in that spot in the mode it's grown. The vaccine.
I don't know why we get the vaccine. I don't think Sherry really needs saving.
She might need it, but she definitely doesn't deserve it.
So, both on the approach
it's
here
debatable.
to the lab lickers, I'm assuming. I've probably already gone past it. But
Yeah, the first trip through the liquors, there's a pretty safe and surefire strat to get around them. It's the return trip that ends up being
a little bit like
very, very
yeah, exactly.
Monka-esque.
There's no better way to put it, to be honest.
And here goes Annette's second lengthy dialogue.
Second half of her life story book.
That's true. There's another fast in the room where you, just before you get the key card, that one does take you out of your way a little bit more, but it's only slightly out of your way.
Yeah.
I still think the freezer room is the best because it's literally one big line straight to the key item.
Yeah, you don't have to go out of your way to get it, really.
No. And so Annette puts on her biggest performance here. She has the ability to control her blood flow. And so she gets absolutely mauled by Birkin here. And instead of bleeding right away, she gets through all of her
Yeah, she's got a whole
dialogue.
You best believe,
and,
you know, she's getting a paycheck. Like you said earlier, the agent is negotiated for all the voice acting, and you best believe she's getting that dialogue out.
Right. I also love this part because Claire's knee looks like a Muppet's mouth. If you look very closely.
Can't unsee that, no?
Oh, it's like I don't know, it's like Elmo or something. Crackfinger says one Venusaur versus Dog Birkin, who would win? Razorleaf all day. It's Venusaur. It's not even close. So in this part coming up, this is the return trip to the liquors, and then there's MO Disc Room, and then it's basically the final Birkin
Yeah,
fight.
this is pretty much the.
So we
tail
are
end now.
the end. Yeah. Yep.
But we still like got some absolutely just terrifying sections coming up. You know, this final gauntlet here. You know, with the MO Disc Room, the return dodge coming up.
Mm-hmm. These last 5 minutes are some of the most, I would say, scary.
Yes.
Putting it lightly. Gal, yeah, dude. Peepo leave after that joke, man. Peepo leave.
But we just got this little gauntlet cutscenes first.
Alrighty, the heart
You go,
is
business.
racing. Palms are sweaty. Mom's spaghetti is on my sweater, and however the line goes. Yeah, Tom, you're gonna have to take it away here because we're
in the zone here.
the home stretch.
The danger
The
descent.
zone. Highway
Exactly.
to the danger zone.
Okay, that's bad.
Ooh.
Good thing I had the fast. Oh, woo!
I just
was
caught
scary.
that on the stream there. That did look terrifying.
Yeah.
That's what the fast is for. I was hoping not to have to use it yet. So now we're going into the ammo disc room naked, basically,
Ooh,
without the fast.
Very close. Took 2 swipes there, 104 HP right now, but we still got the first aid spray. So yeah, it didn't treat us well at all, I don't think.
First part done.
Got the lovely little ammo disc room coming.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's terrible. Oh, this is bad times. This is not optimal in any way. Alright, we're out. We're out.
Shoot your way out, that's fine.
Whew. That was scary.
Oh no. Ooh, not a good ammo disc room for myself either. Oof.
Rough
Yeah.
times in here.
The ammo disc room got us. We were victims to it. I'm not messing around with these zombies
Oh,
here.
God, that's a
They're
good
getting
point, actually.
shot.
I get munched by these. 140.
You do some hefty
Yeah, they do
damage as
like
well.
how much damage?
so-
150? No, not 150. 50 HP. 150. Yeah, but
50, I think, yeah.
yeah, the naked
do
zombies
50
do
damage?
50
I
damage.
didn't
I don't know what it is about their lack of
Oh,
clothing,
wow.
but it seems it just unrestricts them, I suppose.
Alright.
Guess that's the way to go then. Less close, more power.
Gal is rooting for me to have a rage quit here.
20 rubbing damage, exactly. I couldn't have put it better myself.
Well, there's Final Birkin now. This is where things can all go straight to hell. I'm going to pick up the fast because I really don't feel like dying in this run.
So yeah, just making the vaccine here.
Basically, if you pick up this fast, you kind of guarantee yourself to finish the game. But anything can happen still. I've seen some very crazy things on this game before.
Oh, that last zombie was a little scary there. I was like, oh. Both seem to be on our way.
Didn't you get stuck in the air with Leon once, Venusaur?
Oh,
don't-
yeah,
why
I forget
you
that
remind me
that
of
can
that?
happen.
Why
I don't know if it can happen with Claire, but
We were so close to the end here. Why would you say that?
Yes, you're asking a question. Huh?
It is possible, yes. Yes. To have a run completely ruined there.
alright.
Oh, this is bad.
I'd say best of luck. It sounds like you're already there.
Okay. I made up for it with some quick shots, but whoa, that was scary.
Yeah, ran straight into the banister or whatever.
Come on, climb up, please.
This first phase done. Sounds like we're both going to... This could be very close from the looks of it.
Okay. Whew. That was scary. Whew. I almost felt my heart come out of my behind. Wow, I have a lot of time save on Final Birkin. On my splits. This is crazy.
There you go. Not the greatest fight from me, but you know what? We made it, and that's what's important. Did you end up using that fast?
I didn't have to. Because Gal pointed it out. I got really good RNG. because Birkin, the dog Birkin, got stuck in the corner, so I was able to get a lot
Very
of
nice,
extra
dude.
shots on him.
Is it time for you as well,
Time
Sonic?
is in now. GG's. That's a good race, mate.
Very good race, Sonic.
was,
It was, yeah, it was pretty close.
Either way, man. Let's see what the time is here. I believe a 53:30, dude. So GG's in the win. Congratulations, man. That was one hell of a run, honestly.
Congrats,
Well done.
Venusaur.
Well done, well done. We
That's
had
some good
some
memes.
we had some good times here. We had some scary moments. We had some funny ones with Sherry. These are
Absolutely.
great times for both of us. I hope everyone enjoyed this run. If you do decide to run it yourself,
Yeah,
definitely hit us both up. We're both open to helping out, sharing whatever it is we know. Remember to keep the donations coming in. We want to hit that goal. Thank you guys so much for
absolutely.
watching. This was awesome.
Again, just kind of echo what Venusaur said. Massive shout out to both Venusaur and